little musical interlude there. I was talking about some serious shit. So let's keep going. First of all, let me get this out of the way when talking about the AUG incident. I've always hated that title. Incident? Incident? Steve using the head after eating 3 burritos and forgetting to light a match. That's an incident. What happened that fateful day in 2027 was beyond terror any of us has ever seen. AUG incident? Try AUG travesty. Try AUG massacre. How about AUG Armageddon? Puppets unleashed on the earth that day. I'm taking the time of this broadcast to remember, not so we can get together and cry about lives lost. I lost people too, and they should never be forgotten. I'm doing it because the AUG Insa Massageddon is only the first of many horror shows we're about to be subjected to, unless we figure this shit out fast. Or an
Open blinds.
Good morning, Adam. You have one new message.
From?
David Sarif.
Play it.
Adam, it's David. I know it's been a while, but after what happened in Prague yesterday... Look, son, whatever reasons you've had for not getting in touch these last 2 years, well, life's too short. I'm leaving for London soon, but give me a call.
You saved his vidcall number?
Yes, Adam. Just activate your TV system.
In a little while, Steve's gonna hook me up with some of our attachés out in Seattle's Fortress of Solitude. But until then, I have to reiterate some things. You know, we haven't heard much about this Task Force 29 division lately. The one Interpol created in 28 after that quote-unquote horrifying breakdown of cooperation between the intelligence gathering organizations. These guys have no restrictions as far
Miller, it's Jensen.
It's good to finally hear from you, Agent. You doing okay?
Sorry about the downtime. I'll get to the office as soon as I can, but my Augs took a hit during the attack. I need to get them looked at.
Of course. There's a lot of work ahead of us, Jensen. I'll see you when you get in.
Dr. Kohler, I need to pay you a visit.
Jensen! Now's actually a really good time for me, like right now!
Something wrong?
There are some guys in my bookshop. Pissed off the Valley gangster-looking guys. So, unless you want bloodshed the day after a terror attack...
The front door isn't the most peaceful option. I got it.
As you wish.
Out of sight, out of mind. I'll keep you safe. As you wish, but remember, homeowner, this poses a substantial security risk. I'll keep you safe.
Engineered city named Rabia is slated to be publicly unveiled at one of Brown's upcoming Safe Harbor conventions. I, for one, cannot wait to learn more. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
Tradition, precision, refinement. Stanek watches. It's about time.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sista Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history. I cannot speak for you folks, but terrifying memories of that day still haunt me. It will certainly be a while before any of us forget it. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
Keeping you alive and clearing a way to your future. Proven. Safe. Versa life.
Around the clock, around the world. Picus News. Always watching, because you are always watching. I know I am not the only one wondering what the Augmented Rights Coalition hopes to achieve, following news of yesterday's devastating attack in Prague. So let's hear from Dr. Talis Rucker, ARC's charmingly eloquent leader himself.
What the non-augmented peoples of the world have failed to grasp is the incident was a tragedy for all.
But it wasn't all of humankind who went crazy, Dr. Rucker.
The loss of life on both sides was considerable, but instead of healing and dialogue, fear of the augmented has turned to hatred.
Surely you cannot claim to be mistreated by governments when they have spent taxpayer money to build special living quarters for you and your kind.
But when legislation forces augmented people out of their homes and into sequestered environments, there's no reason involved, only fear and expedience. And that is why I moved to the Utelek complex.
I thought you were forced to leave your native Germany. Were there not allegations that you...
Those accusations were false. When I arrived in Prague...
There was a terrorist bombing at a local church.
But ARC had nothing to do with it. We are...
A non-violent organization. Yes, you said that. That was 6 months ago. Earlier today, the Ruzicka train station fell victim to a bombing. The third to hit Prague in recent months. Is this really the face of a pacifist? Join the discussion online and let us know what you think.
This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus. Picus News, the global leader in fair, unbiased, and impartial reporting. And now for a close look at the events making headlines around the world. Here are our top stories. And now for a close look at events making headlines around the world. The impact of the AUG incident is still being felt, 2 years after the fact. The fear, the hatred, the violence. In the northwestern United States, a group of non-augmented citizens, armed with assault rifles, have begun patrolling the streets of Lewistown, Montana. They claim the U.S. government is not doing enough to protect them from augmented crazies. In China, meanwhile, a group of protesters demanding freedom and basic human rights for all, regardless of augmented status, have been imprisoned by the Chinese government. In apparent retribution for that act, vigilante hackers tied to the Juggernaut Collective have crashed the Shenzhen Stock Exchange. Yes, folks, these are troubled times indeed. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
The Santo Group. Construction, arcology, quality, excellence. Santo, restoring the past and building the future.
No doubt many viewers were horrified by that story I brought to you last week, in which a suicide gunman ruthlessly attacked a small augmented community near Dar es Salaam. Today, I'm here to bring you a glimmer of hope. European-based construction giant the Santo Group has successfully convinced the Tanzanian government to become a signatory of its Safe Harbor initiative. Designed to promote the creation of safe and secure housing complexes where oppressed groups can live and work, free from persecution, this international civil engineering and action plan is the brainchild of Santo CEO, Nathaniel Brown. Its flagship project, a glittering engineered city named Rabia, is slated to be publicly unveiled at one of Brown's upcoming Safe Harbor conventions. I, for one, cannot wait to learn more. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
Tradition. Precision.
Adam! Thanks for calling me back, son.
Seraph.
I heard about the bombing in Prague. It's all over the news. Did anyone you know get hurt?
You know me. I tend to keep to myself. I'm surprised you even know I'm here.
Interpol called me when you applied for the job, part of their extensive background checks. I gave you a glowing recommendation.
Thanks. What do you want?
What do I want? Jeez, Adam! I know I did some questionable things in the past, but a lot's happened in the last 2 years. To both of us.
That's true. For what it's worth, I'm glad you made it out of Panchaea.
Thank you. It wasn't easy, as I'm sure you know. I was at death's door by the time the rescue crews pulled me out of the wreckage, and while the doctors were stitching me back together, my company fell apart. Wasn't anything I could do to stop it, not from a hospital bed.
I heard Tai Young Medical bought everything up.
They're the only biotech corporation that could, after the incident. Our patents, our tech, everything. Oh well, sometimes one dream has to die so another can rise from its ashes.
You talked to Pritchard lately?
Frank! Out of all of us, I think he's the one who's changed the least.
He'd probably tell you there wasn't anything about him that needed changing.
I'm sure he would. But when the world transforms itself the way ours has, people need to adapt or get left behind. Frank's freelance now, but he's still in computer security, still in Detroit. I don't know if he'll ever leave.
You heard anything from Megan?
After all we went through, I thought she'd stand by me. Still, you know, she always wanted to be at the cutting edge. She didn't see a future for herself in Detroit, so she went to VersaLife.
She moved to Hong Kong?
San Francisco. They've got an offshore research facility there named Roca Seca Beach. I'm sure you've seen it in the news.
California, huh? I wonder if she's told her mother.
You want my advice, son? Write her out of your life, because I'm damn sure she's written us out of hers.
Your message said you were going to London. Casual trip? Or is this tied to the new dream?
I'm, meeting with the Santo Group, Nathaniel Brown and his investors.
Santo? They built the Utelek complex, the Og Ghetto, here in Prague. Why are you meeting with them?
Brown's got big plans. He wants to focus on real solutions, ideas that look to the future. You've heard of the Safe Harbor Initiative?
I've heard of Rabia, the walled city he and his company are building in the desert for Augs.
Rabia's just a part of it. We're talking about self-sustaining, energy-efficient arcologies that can be replicated anywhere on Earth. Cities built by the augmented, for the augmented.
Where the dream of self-controlled human evolution lives on.
It may not seem like it right now, son, but one day, people will move on from the incident. And when that happens, we'll be ready for it. I'm glad we caught up, Adam. I've always tried to look out for you, you know. That bombing yesterday.
You didn't call to talk about the bombing. Just ask.
It's nothing, really. I just need a signature so I can finish filing the bankruptcy paperwork.
You need my signature?
Yeah, apparently there was some kind of bureaucratic mix-up caused by you being declared legally dead for a year. The apartment in Detroit was leased in your name, even though we paid for it.
Fine. Send me the paperwork.
Thanks, Adam. I appreciate it, really.
Goodbye, Seraph.
You look a little pale. Are you feeling all right? I'll make sure you get the first dose when you go out.
Nie rozumiem angielski.
I cannot believe it. Did you lose his daughter not so long ago?
Yes, Christelle. A nice girl. She used to babysit my kids.
Now this. You know, they are saying he was part of that attack. A member of ARC.
Bullshit. He is just a poor og with the wrong enhancements and the wrong connections. He outgrew his usefulness. Or they needed the apartment. Maybe for another batch.
That's true. They can do the same to anyone.
Spatki do golem city.
Until they evict us too?
Pardon me, but I moved here to get away from you people. Chrome bastard.
I know I am not the only one wondering what the Augmented Rights Coalition hopes to achieve.
Please,
following
leave me alone.
yesterday's devastating attack in Prague. So let's hear from Dr. Talis Rucker. Our
Augmented peoples of the world have failed to grasp is the incident was a tragedy for all.
But it wasn't all of humankind who went crazy, Dr. Rucker.
The loss of life on both sides was considerable, but instead of healing and dialogue, fear of the augmented has turned to hatred.
Surely you cannot claim to be mistreated by governments when they spend taxpayer money to build special living quarters for you and your kind.
But when legislation forces augmented people out of their homes and into sequestered environments, there's no reason at all. Fear and experience. Those accusations were false. When I arrived in Prague,
There was a terrorist bombing at a local church.
but ARG had nothing to do with it. We are
A non-violent organization. Yes, yes, you said that. That was 6 months ago.
I didn't do it. This is my third stand this week. Why don't you stand somebody else? Fine, fine.
top stories. And now for a close look at events making headlines around the world. The impact of the AUG incident is still being felt, 2 years after the fact. The fear, the hatred, the violence. In the northwestern United States, a group of non-augmented citizens, armed with assault rifles, have begun patrolling the streets of Lewistown, Montana. They claim the U.S. government is not doing enough to protect them from augmented crazies. In China, meanwhile, a group of protesters demanding freedom and basic human rights for all, regardless of augmented status, have been imprisoned by the Chinese government. In apparent retribution for that act, vigilante hackers tied to the Juggernaut collective have crashed the Shenzhen Stock Exchange. Yes, folks, these are troubled times indeed. This is Eliza Caselli.
Dars is the man. He'll set you up.
You have heard the calling, Seeker? To become one.
I was looking at your pamphlet, but I'm not sure.
These are troubled times for our people, my friend, and we are all searching for meaning.
This machine god, what exactly?
Really? Just like that?
And we are the machine god, the sum of all of us. The best
Back off, kind of.
Global consciousness, I've heard of this.
the essential are the new tools.
I'm not telling you again. Go away.
I will see you soon.
Why is there an idiot over here? Going down!
Turn into scrap metal!
Did it. Deus is the man. He'll set you up. You want to do business? The man is over there.
Come, Seeker! Singularity away! You have heard the calling, Seeker? Become one.
I was looking at the family, but I'm not sure.
These are troubled times for our people, my friend. And we are all searching for meaning.
This machine.
You talk to people in the street? Nobody does that anymore. And it's too bad.
We are the machine god. The sum of all of us. Best.
Global consciousness. I've heard of this.
The ascension will mark a new human evolution.
Biocells,
Join me.
painkillers, right over there.
I will see you soon.
Together we will bring about the machine god.
Whatever you need, I've got it. You want Praxis, eh? Biocell, hypostim, painkillers?
I might be interested.
I sell these things.
Yeah, I got that.
Buy something. You want anything else?
I'll be on my way.
I still have more.
I was lost like you, friend. In patience and hatred, I broke. I hated myself and my augmented body. But no longer. Seek and you will find. You will find me.
You decided about what we spoke of earlier?
Just keep your eyes open.
Our augmented body lies our salvation, seekers. We carry the seeds of divinity within us and the future of the neo-human race.
Deus is the man. He'll set you up.
Time is now. We need to do something for ourselves.
One day I'm going to shoot you and no one will care.
Beginning of a new age, and like always, change is birth, fire, and blood, pain.
I can hear explosions in my sleep. Man, like this happening over and over again. And they won't stop until the city is destroyed. Until the world is destroyed.
In our bodies, in our augmented bodies, lies our salvation, seekers. We carry the seed. We have suffered long enough. You are one of the gifted, friend. Join us in the Machine God.
The Machine God is a part of us. And we are all part of the Machine... Seeker, Are you prepared for the ascension?
I think you've got the wrong guy.
No, I can see your purity. You are close, so close, and the Singularity Church of the Machine God can help take you the rest of the way. You know of it?
I don't think your church can help me get where I'm going.
Each of us lives with needs and desires, begging and howling for attention, for fulfillment. We barely have time to ponder what, if anything, lies beyond this wretched world.
And you have some idea of what that might be?
I am but a servant, tasked with spreading the word and offering hope to those who have none. But I have the teachings of the Church to guide me. What would you like to know?
This Singularity Church of the Machine God. For augmented only?
The word of the Mother. Only the gifted will ascend. She has cast out the flesh-flawed in preparation.
So you're here on a recruitment drive, to fill up the numbers.
And more. The Builder lives in this place, the dreamer of our ascension, now cast out at the will of the Mother.
Let me guess, he's one of the flesh-flawed.
No, he simply had a crisis of faith. But I am not so blinded by my faith as others are. He was a friend once, a mentor, a leader in our church. Some of us remember. Do you have more questions?
Tell me more about this ascension.
Our minds will depart their corporeal shells and merge with the divine consciousness of the Machine God. This is the ascension.
Sounds like you're talking about uploading a copy of your brains to a computer. I didn't think that was possible yet.
Thanks to the Builder, it is. But it is much more than a simple copy. It is transference. Joseph called it an evolution of the human condition. Do you have more questions, Seeker?
Nothing right now. Maybe some other time.
Very well, Seeker. I will be here if you change your mind.
Seek and you will find, my friends. You will find meaning in the arms of the machine. You will find belonging in the oneness of singularity. It is the beginning of a new age, and like always, change is birthed in fire.
No, no, please.
Ship us all off to Mutual? No.
I drink anything with alcohol.
Don't be naive.
Well,
They
not
have the
until.
reason. Ruzika.
Maybe.
To them, I am no longer a person. I'm just an ogre. And we are all responsible for that bombing. We are talking.
I think you are exaggerating. That is just... not now. I think you are exaggerating. That is just a fear
How much
talk
longer
on both sides.
I'll be honest, that church is sounding more and more attractive.
You, have anything on you? I'm desperate.
Don't count on it. That church is nothing but a cult.
Elajkotě. Tobě nebudu účtovat extra jako těm ostatním.
civilization, and I have found the answer. Wisdom lies in the machine god, friends. Join the machine. Ours. The Church of the Machine God does not claim to have all the answers, brothers and sisters. Only all answers.
No, this thing. Respect me for me. I suppose a close call won't do that. No real thing.
You need to see Drachemir first. I don't handle new customers.
This area is restricted to you, Og.
Get rid of those train cars. Creeping me out.
I haven't been able to sleep since. Let's just sit quiet.
The premises are secure. Continue general patrol mode.
I hope not to.
The Czech Republic's economic growth coincided with policies and incentives directed at augmented laborers throughout the world, encouraging them to come to us and help make it the modern market it is today. However, this sudden influx of Chinese workers posed some unexpected challenges. It was one thing to invite thousands of workers to turn Prague into a mirror of its time, quite another to in response to the housing crisis, the government hired the standards to construct a massive, one-of-a-kind complex on the outskirts of the city. Today, the Utrecht complex will serve as a shining example of political will and architectural innovation. So, next time you're admiring Prague, forget to visit the outskirts and explore the wondrous housing. That helped make it what it is.
shares in the take.
Jensen, I'm getting worried. Should I be calling every police station in town looking for you?
That's not necessary. I'll be in soon.
Good, because we've got work to do.
Getting a little boring.
Give it a little time to settle.
She'll come around.
I'm serious. I saw him last night, out behind the restaurant. He had a mallet in one hand, a bag in the other. You'd never know the difference. It's all deep fried. Actually, I'm pretty sure if you ever eaten chicken pork, you weren't eating chicken pork. I mean, you were probably eating that carpet pork. Just not the right animal.
Státní policie bude na kontrolní bodech prověřovat doklady. Mějte prosím připravený průkaz totožnosti.
Beat it. I'm not interested.
There's just never enough time.
I would have found him by now. Street is off limits, Oyobok. Private function. All businesses are temporarily closed. Idiots. Everywhere.
Stop right there! Yeah, you! Down on your knees!
Okay, but there's been a
Hands
mistake.
behind your head.
Like this?
Yes, I'm going to frisk you now. Don't move. That's for me to find out. Hold still. Okay, hands behind your back. Just like everyone else.
Birth is always painful.
It has to be a violation of our rights.
Not right! Leave me alone, you fascist!
probably know, I've been a marked man for years. The reality of this being that I have to hide out Grandma's TV and hire two computer geeks full-time to block off scrambled hacking codes while they're snacking on cheesy burgers. Well, writing those paychecks, I tell ya. These are the golden days compared to 2 decades ago, when I had to fake my own death. Or when the Luminagents stormed the van we were broadcasting out of, put Steve in a full Nelson, and locked us up for 2 weeks. I think Steve is still twitching from the waterboarding. Yes, I told him I would stop our broadcasts, and 2 years later, here we are.
I said your papers are expired.
I always thought they were like Christians that hang around the airport.
No, this church isn't like that at all. At least from what I've read in the literature.
My God.
Hate this distance. Where is old Rome?
Oh. Hello.
Don't forget about your permit.
Doc Larry! Show me latest papers. Otherwise you cannot go through here.
I know the drill.
The drill has changed. Too many forgeries. All OGs must now carry a supplementary permit authentication card. Do you have this card?
I'll clear it up with the people I work for. They'll take care of it.
And who do you work for exactly?
Does it matter? You worried I might outrank you?
Of course not. These rules, they apply to everyone. Besides, I am regional director of document checking. I report to God directly. It is God who tells me that if you continue this way, without proper permit, I am morally obliged to shoot you.
Is that right?
My friend, I know what you're thinking. It's terrible the way they make laws against your kind. But listen, maybe I can do something to help. We could come to an understanding.
What kind of understanding?
Lucky for you, I know a guy. An expert in permitification. A document agent. He offers permits, authentication cards. Peace of mind. With his help, you go wherever you want, whenever you want. No more hassles. What do you say?
This document agent you mentioned, you see the one in charge? He gets you to stop OGs and offer them this opportunity to do business with him.
Go see for yourself. My friend has documents to pass checkpoints, to keep police off your back, to get into parts of Prague you never knew existed. Tell him Drahomir sent you. You'll see. I give you address, yes?
All right, give me the address. I think I'd like to see who's behind all this.
Shekashka. There's a courtyard behind the apartment building. Very easy to find. My friend will be there. He will get you latest permit card. Just pay him and don't ask questions.
Hope it doesn't start raining.
I wasn't paying attention. What are we doing now? Watch out. Someone could be coming.
Maybe someone died wearing these uniforms.
Oh. Hello. Go away.
Right.
Státní policie má oprávnění během stavu nouze vykonávat prohlídky. Prosíme o spolupráci za všech okolností.
Try to look professional.
Shoot double the price. Bomb attacks. Any idea what the case is?
We got this.
We got it doesn't start raining.
Police are just as corrupt as the rest of us.
My vest was too tight.
Don't blow your cover.
Elena would look better if she didn't tie her hair. Elena would look probably come up with good skin.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
That art was pretty cute. Run out. Hope it doesn't start raining. Where did he even find these uniforms? They smell. I was paying attention. What are we doing now?
Try to look professional.
Shoot double price. Bomb attacks. Think maybe something. One died wearing these uniforms. Shoot double the price. Bomb attacks.
police are just as corrupt as the rest of us.
Stupid planks.
Looking forward to the end of the day.
Don't blow your cover.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
Sure beats knocking over liquor stores.
Vest is too tight.
Try to look professional.
Milena would look better if she didn't dye her hair. Any idea what today's take is?
Don't blow your cover.
Hope it doesn't start raining.
Something happened.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
You come up with a pretty good skin.
Milena would look better if she didn't dye her hair.
Did something happen?
Hope it doesn't start raining.
The police pace back and forth all day. People.
That artist was pretty cute. For an owl, I mean.
Yeah, at least the weapons look almost right.
My vest is too tight.
Try to look professional.
Looking forward to the end of the day. Milena would look better if she didn't dye her hair.
Too bad we couldn't find the helmets.
Planks.
That artist was pretty cute. Wow.
I wasn't paying attention. What are we doing now?
That artist was pretty cute.
Připomínáme, že v Praze až do odvolání platí stav nouze.
Hope he fucking washes the uniform this time.
Not know
I'll
why I
shoot you
never
if I
had to
have
work
to.
the checkpoint.
Checkpoint's on other side of town. Should stop by.
You need to see Drachemir first. I don't handle new customers.
You looking for
I was stopped by someone named Drahomir at a checkpoint. He sent me here. Apparently you help Augs with documentation, upgrade their permits.
You have the money.
Maybe. You want to tell me what I'm paying for exactly?
You pay to get your name on the list. Milena upstairs, she works on your shiny new permit. You come back in 1 week to pick it up. Standard pickup fee will apply.
How much do you charge people for this?
Not people. Augs.
35,000 credits.
Your buddy said this one was on the house, because I'm such a nice guy.
Drahomir would never say that.
What would he say? Something like, gouge every og sucker I send you for as much money as you possibly can? Is that how this works?
Look, just give me what you have, and I'll put your name on the list. That's how it works. Melina does surprisingly good work, puts more effort in than we ask her to.
This is as much as I'm willing to give you. So what kind of shiny new permit does this get me?
Fucking tourist. You're wasting my time, Og.
What that Vano guy wanted to talk about.
The money is slow to a trickle.
She'll come around.
Pouze v případě nouze volejte 112.
You looking for the best prices in Prague? I'm not talking hot dogs here.
If the hot dogs aren't your main business, why don't you have a store?
See, this way, I get to keep my overhead down and pass on the savings to the customers.
Entrepreneurial.
Better believe it.
What have you got?
Well, I got info. The kind that's worth something.
Could always use reliable intel.
Who couldn't? But for that, I only accept payment in Europozine.
I don't have any.
Sorry, it's a deal breaker. But find me again if you get any, okay?
Do you despair for your future? Do you search for something, some meaning, but never seem to find set? Overcome the flaws of the flesh and the sense.
You have to bomb that.
Begin in age, and like always, change is burning in fire and blood. But a bright future is at hand for ours.
Hold out. You can do this.
I don't know exactly, but someone saw him. In the sewers. At the...
Hear the man's voice. A cult of some kind? They say there is a resurgence.
Pavel is impressionable. The world terrified him. He spent all his time hiding, dreaming of utopias that do not exist. I like it down here. If you don't, then you can just fuck off.
You, hey, you, toi.
Please, don't tell anyone. Viznik's not supposed to be here. Shh! But I am here.
I'll take your word for it.
I was part of it. The hive mind. Inside the gate, I questioned what holds us together. Where? Why? Now this. Exiled from exile. I have been disconnected.
Disconnected? Disconnected from what? I don't understand what you're saying.
If there is a lack of understanding between my brains, may not always misfire like these. He did this to me. It's what it does. But I can't force you, because I'm not like him.
Not like who? Who forced you?
Together, they succumbanize to him. Him, the opportunist, the savior, the rat. When I resisted, I saw. It made him fear me.
You've obviously been through something. Someone's harmed you. If you can help me understand, then maybe I can help.
Yes, okay. You'll be fine. I can tell. You'll understand. You'll empathize. Because what it really is... He's just like us, but more. It's a cry for help. You'll pick up on that.
What's a cry for help?
The little mind thing. The persuasion. He's trapped by what he can do. Just like the rat. It makes so much sense now. Those most scared of what the world had become were most likely to cling to the first alternative. Now they're all insignaled.
Let me see if I got this straight. Everyone beyond the gate is insignaled to something. Like the rat.
Exactly. I'm glad we understand each other. Okay. Just remember, you'll only be able to confront him if he knows that you know that he knows. So, obviously, you'll need the name. The name. I'm not supposed to give it away, but I must. And then you must. Yes?
You're asking me to go beyond that gate, to confront someone. Someone who's harmed you, who may be harming others. I'm willing to do that, but I need to know more about what's happening.
He casts them close. He brings them away. You must find out how to uncotangle him from the others. To resist the mentality. They need to be eased out. Figure out what holds them all together. Because it's not his personality. When you finally see Richard for who he really is, you realize it cannot possibly be that.
Richard, huh? All right. Let's go see what I've agreed to.
Pied Piper is a rat. A rat! Wisnik could use some help. Pied Piper is a rat. A rat!
Stranger, he should not be.
Outsider, he's not one of us.
Do not look at him.
He will harm us.
He cannot harm us.
He will behave himself.
He will be made to behave. Richard will know what to do.
He will listen to Richard.
Richard, protect us, Richard.
Richard.
Come closer. Let me see you. There's nothing to be scared of. Everyone's worst impulses get checked at the door, yours included. I hope you understand the need for it. We preach pacifism here. Alternatives to terror. Don't want animals dragging in the mud.
Who are you? What is all this?
This is what the new freedom looks like. A collaborative elaboration of the imaginative experience.
An experiment of some kind.
We're beyond experiments. We're establishing truths, new models of belonging and community, ones in which people can actually live.
You were in a utopia. There's a man outside who... He asked me to come. He said you... The man outside.
I know what it's like outside. tracked between acts of humiliation and acts of terror, between resolutions and registry codes, the canned laughter, the scripted dreams. It's no longer a place for people.
I came because I thought something was... It's wrong. I had reason to believe something's wrong.
Everything is wrong. That's why we're here, bracketing out the terrors. If only in this one tiny corner of the world. Allow me to suggest something. A version of you. A version that strips away all suspicions, free of the sinister cells we cling to along the way. Here, you can be free of the injustices, the suffering, your own animal impulses. Finally, you can be human.
I may not know exactly what's going on here, but I do know that an honest man wouldn't need to hide behind a screen.
I know what you're thinking. You can't wait to be the best version of yourself.
Visnick said I had to see through you, your attempts at manipulation, to see you for what you...
Some part of you abhors violence. Some part of everyone does. See, I know you better than you know yourself. I know you don't want to hurt anyone.
I don't know for a fact that you're doing anything wrong.
That's because I'm not. Unless you count saving these people. We live in a world of brutality, repression, exile. The Restoration Act is the single greatest human rights violation of all time. These people deserve better than that.
Most men who claim to be saviors,
You have a skeptical personality. It's understandable. You're a product of your time. No one's forcing you to stay.
You want me to leave? Like Visnick?
I want you to understand. The people who choose to be here, they are good people. And with my help, they have done something miraculous. They have found a better version of themselves, of society. Promise me you won't jeopardize that.
I didn't come here to jeopardize these people.
That's good enough. That's all I need to hear. Pavel, look at me, Pavel. Don't be scared. I need you to know that you're not alone. I need you to know it in your bones. You don't belong here. You need to leave. Pavel, look at me, Pavel. Don't be scared. I need you to know that you're not alone. I need you to know it in your bones.
There are places we must not go.
Welcome to the next stage of our journey. Brace yourselves, close your inner eyes. We are moving beyond our baser impulses, beyond violence, beyond fear, beyond questions.
Good people don't deserve rich.
It's important not to doubt. Do not be like
One among you is armed to the teeth. Is a tree of thorns. But not even he can act upon his based impulses. The skeptic. All he sees is sewers and bums drawn to a face on TV. He doesn't see the world we've created. And until he does, I don't think he should say anything.
The ladders are there to tempt. Temptation leads to death. Richard must be left in peace.
Seek only peace.
Welcome to the next stage of our journey.
Richard must be
Brace
left in
yourselves,
peace.
close your inner eyes. We are moving beyond our baser impulses, beyond violence, beyond... You don't belong here. You need to leave. You are not your permit classification either. You are not your outdated documents. You are one of us now. We are versioning humanity. Here is all we have left. A scrap of sewer. They control everywhere else. With their laws, their threats, their guns. But together, we can... Here can last forever.
Discard the darkness. Suppress your sinister thoughts. Suppress the memories of what happened to you, to those you loved. Embrace our new life together. Embrace the sound of my voice.
Reporting to you live from Picus. Picus News, the global leader in fair, unbiased, and impartial.
Need you to stop
And now
to
for
ask
a close
yourself.
look at the events and headlines around the world. Our top stories. And now, a close look at events and headlines around the world. The impact of the AUG incident is still being...
to ask yourself,
because you are
what am I
watching.
contributing? You know what I'm talking about.
I am not the only one
I
wondering
see
what the Augmented
what
Life
you see
Coalition hopes
when you
to
close
achieve
your eyes.
following news of yesterday's devastating attack in Prague. So let's hear from Dr. Harry Slaughter, ARC's charming analyst.
Incident was a tragedy for all.
No. Oh.
But it wasn't all of your crazy.
The loss of life on Mars was considerable, but instead of healing and fear of the augmented has turned to
Surely you cannot claim to be mistreated by governments when they have spent taxpayer money to build special living quarters for you and your kind.
But when legislation forces augmented people out of their homes and into sequestered environments, there's no reason for it. Only fear and experience. That is why I moved to the Utrecht.
I thought you were forced to leave your native Germany. Were there not allegations that you...
Those accusations were false. When I arrived in Prague...
There was a terrorist bombing at a local church.
But ARC had nothing to do with it. We are...
A non-violent organization. Yes, you said that. That was 6 months ago. Earlier today, the Ruzicka train station fell victim to a bomb. Third to hit Prague in recent months. Is this really the face of a pacifist? Join the discussion online and let us know what you think. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus. Picus News, the global leader in fair, unbiased, and impartial reporting. And now for a close look at the events making headlines around the world. Here are our top stories. And now for a close look at events making headlines around the world. The impact of the AUG incident is still being felt, 2 years after the fact. The fear, the hatred, the violence. Western United States, a group of non-augmented citizens, armed with assault rifles, have begun patrolling the streets of Lewistown, Montana. They claim the U.S. government is not doing enough to protect them from augmented crazies. In China, meanwhile, a group of protesters demanding freedom and basic human rights for all, regardless of augmented status, have been imprisoned by the Chinese government. In apparent retribution,
if our happiness isn't real?
Feels strange. I feel like myself.
Voice, it's different now.
I feel so hollow now. Being found means
You can
being
be very
lost all
convincing
over
if you let
again.
him. Even if you don't.
Ah, that's fun. I shouldn't be here, should I?
I do not understand what has happened.
You've ruined. You've ruined. You've ruined.
Richard can no longer persuade anyone of anything. The others are free of him now, just like you are.
I'm not a model of separation. I questioned him, and then I'm not one of them anymore. But I'm not one of them.
You were right to question him. The fact that you were able to at all when others couldn't says a lot about your strength of character.
I became I again. Temporary signal failure led them to perceive me as a threat. I started thinking differently. I realized how there's two eyes in Viznik. That's when I figured it all out.
It's a good thing you did. God knows how far this might have gone if Richard had been left unchecked. How many others might have come and been persuaded to stay.
We came to him because we didn't fit the so social schematic, hounded by laws, hated by revolutions. He offered a way out, but there is no way out. Exile from exile is exile.
You're out now, Viznik. There should be nothing more drawing you to this place, to him. You can go anywhere you want. You can do anything you want.
I am alone.
Can I get some posy off you?
Everything will
Just
be
a
just
taste.
fine.
A half
You
dose
don't
will be
believe that
fine.
any more than
Just
I
something
do.
to get past the
They
knock.
will make an example of us. You see. This has been planned since the incident.
Stop talking crazy.
You sound like that conspiracy knock on the radio.
He's not on that. Look around. Look at what went down. I'm telling you, someone isn't trying to cover your
License, permit, voucher, document of authority, temporary pass, travel coupon, and or certificate of authenticity.
Good old days, we'd just ask for ID.
Good old days are gone. Haven't seen one of these before. Orange level. You are some kind of badass?
Just someone with a job to do.
And the tools to do it, obviously. Go on through.
God, their toes are frozen. At least I won't feel the rats gnawing on them.
Yeah, change is definitely needed.
You got me. What is it?
Hate this district. Air is all wrong. You're trespassing, metal man. I would have found him by now.
There's got to be a better way to get neon in this city.
The Rainbow Road goes through Bon Bon. You know this, brother.
The rich. I heard they get neon delivered right to their bed, all automated. They bypass the dealers.
But we are not rich. We must live life the hard way.
Please, I can pay you. You must have neuropathy.
Sorry, I only sell neon.
Vacation.
Sorry, we only sell rainbows. A different kind of drug. It is called neon. Make you forget all about neuropathy.
My sister and I need medicine. We need neuropathy.
I told you, not my kind of merchandise, and not my problem. My product isn't for you. Trust me.
You don't look like you're in withdrawal.
Back it up, Kenner.
You want to take me on? Try me one more time.
Keep walking, Clank. I got nothing to eat.
Church of Machine God does not claim to have all the answers, brothers and sisters. Only all the answers you need. In our bodies, it is the dawn of a new age. Have shelter. Do not hesitate. Do not live in fear any longer. Faith in the Machine God will bring you peace.
You look a little pale. Are you feeling all right?
I was lost like you, friend. In the face of persecution and hatred, I broke.
I'm not making myself clear. I don't want to fuck with you, Eva. But things need to change around here. I got the connections now. I got the valleys. With that procedure, I can expand this whole operation. We only deal with the valleys in for 20. That's it. 20% guarantees neon equal to ground all across Europe. 20% is nothing for that kind of reach. Well, I'm bringing the...
Tradition. Precision. Morning watches.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit. Butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box. Around the clock, around the world. Picus News. Always watching. Because you are always watching. I know I am not the only one wondering what the Augmented Rights Coalition hopes to achieve, following news of yesterday's devastating attack in Prague. So let's hear from Dr. Talis Rucker, ARC's charmingly eloquent leader himself.
It was a tragedy for all.
But it wasn't all of humankind who went crazy, Dr. Rucker.
The loss of life on both sides was considerable, but instead of healing and dialogue, fear of the augmented has turned to hatred.
Surely you cannot claim to be mistreating governments when they have spent taxpayer money to build special living quarters for you and your kind.
But when legislation forces augmented people out of their homes and into sequestered environments, there's no reason involved, only fear and expedience. That is why I'm the Utelek complex.
I thought you were forced to leave your native Germany. Were there not allegations?
Those accusations were false. When I arrived in Prague,
There was a terrorist bombing at a local church.
But ARC had nothing to do with it. We are
a non-violent organization.
How did it ever come to this? My God.
Only all the answers you need.
Ours is the man. He'll set you up.
Beginning of a new age, and like always, change is first.
Credits up front. You want anything else?
I have everything I need.
I still have more.
I broke. I hated myself and my augmented body. No longer.
Biocells, painkillers, right over there.
Just hold out. You can do this.
Beginning of a new age, and like always, change is first in five. Join us, brother.
Let's get to business. Excellent choice. Is that all the info you need?
Maybe I'll come back later.
Pleasure doing business with you.
you despair for your future?
This world is not yours to carry. No one can obtain
You sure? I do not think that sounds right.
In our bodies, in our augmented bodies, lies our salvation, seekers. We carry the seeds of
Anything goes, honey. If you've got the credits.
The only thing I am guilty of is being augmented.
Well, I'm here.
I wonder if the cops haven't chased us from here, too.
No, sorry, I am not interested. No,
Nice
there is
time
no
for a
better
walk.
time. Goodbye.
These papers are out of date.
I got them last week.
No, they
What does
expired.
hypothermia feel like?
I must have taken the old ones by mistake.
You have some
How does this Arabia work? Do you need Augs to build it, or do you want us to live there?
Both, actually. Although everyone is welcome. It's being built by the augmented for the augmented.
How is it different from the Utulek complex?
There's no comparison. Utalek was a place to put people, just a way to move the problem somewhere else. Rabia is built for you to live in.
Everything seems to be in order.
Okay. Can I keep this pamphlet?
Of course. Have a good day.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Felice Allman, and I represent the Santo Group. We're looking for able-bodied, augmented persons like you to help us create the future.
Don't take this the wrong way, but this might be the wrong town to hawk a dream of the future in.
Don't you think it's exactly the right one? Prague, a city with no respect for the choices its citizens made to become augmented. The choice you made.
And you're going to tell me Santos found a city that does respect us?
We're making it. You can't deny the world has to change. For the better this time. Augmentations helped us take great steps before. And we can do it again. In Rabia. A concept city. 3D printed. Beyond state-of-the-art, a symbol of evolution.
In the deserts of Oman. I've seen the news stories. But Santo's not a charity, and I don't think your stakeholders are philanthropists.
That's why they've asked people like me to spread the word, to make an offer. Incentive-driven employment for any augmented person. You'll get a sponsored work permit for the duration of the city's construction.
And after that?
A guaranteed place in the residency lottery.
I appreciate that you believe in what you're selling, this new future. But the future the Augmented want is the same as anyone else.
And the world won't allow it! I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to. Santo is the only corporation in the world to increase its augmented workforce in the past 2 years. Did you know that?
That must be convenient for a construction business?
It's the opposite. Our CEO's life has been threatened for supporting the legitimacy of augmented people. But he, Mr. Brown, understands that the augmented saw the future early and rushed to meet it.
So this incentive program, positioning Rabia for the Augs, it's all on Nathaniel Brown?
Everything. The industrial printing of the city, the archaeological design, the recruiting drive, even the street teams. Mr. Brown met us personally to sign off on us. Would you believe it?
Yeah, I think I would. Archaeological?
Architectural ecology. Rabia is zero footprint, fully self-sufficient. It is not just his solution for the augmented, it is his solution for cities. It is visionary. There is no other word for it.
Right. Unfortunately, most of the visionaries I've met were so busy chasing their grand plan, they lost sight of the little people. I thought the Utilek complex was Santos' future for the augmented. From what I've heard, it didn't go to plan.
Not to our plan. Utilek was supposed to be a low-cost, high-volume housing solution for transient workers. It was never meant to become what it has.
And why didn't Brown step in? Doesn't look good to have your name associated with an Aug ghetto.
It's out of our hands. Since the incident, it's been run by the Czech state and their police. That will never happen with Rabia.
What guarantee do I have that life in Rabia is different than the segregation here? Or is that a lottery too?
Santo is the guarantee. We keep the rights to the city in perpetuity, never handing it off to people who want the augmented out of sight and out of mind.
But that's still exactly what you're doing. A city in a bubble, born from fear between augmented and non-augmented.
There have always been divisions in society. There always will be. That's why there are walls. Someone has to build the walls, and that's Santo.
You've given me a lot to chew on. I can't sign up with you on the spot.
Just consider it. What I've told you. I'm not trying to sell you the e-brochure of Rabia. You've seen it all anyway. They're just pictures and holograms. I want you to believe in the place.
Hey, Jensen, are you close? Things are getting, complicated over here. I could really use your help.
I'll be there when I can, Kohler.
When you wish upon a star. The song, it's in my head. It makes me think of the old puppet shop. Remember they were when we were kids? Quebec. That's it. Quebec. I used to love.
Well, that is interesting.
So much magic.
This place is such a dump. But
That
most
place
of the people
could have been
here don't
burned to
have
the
much
ground
of a
years
choice.
ago. Fucking puppets and clowns are the spawn of the devil.
No, I don't believe it.
Are you telling me you don't think they should all be moved there?
No. No, that's not the word. Anyway, you can't tell me you're comfortable forcing people out of their homes and into that ghetto.
I'm comfortable enough if it means we're safer here in the city. The problem is that we can't tell which of these orgs are safe and which
Damn
are
it,
ready
I
to
know.
kill us.
The trains are fucked up. What do you want me to do? Someone set off a fucking bomb.
Until the rubble at Rosika Station is cleared, metro service outside the core is impossible.
Hand it over. You better hope all your paperwork is in order, Hanser. An unauthorized clank in the city could mean big trouble for you.
I've got enough trouble as it is.
Is that right? 1 second. Central, confirm a BH-847. You must have some kind of super weapon under the hood.
What I have is a job to do.
Do
And no
not
time
let
to
me
waste.
keep you then. Get moving, asshole. Right here in the city.
Vážně jsme k něčemu dobrý.
Another one.
What's this?
No way. He tried to pay with a credit
You got
card?
the captain running you raw as well?
Couldn't believe it. He just reached into his wallet with his fake arms and pulled it out like everything was fine.
The last bank to give odds credit stopped doing it 4 months ago. Where has this guy been?
You say something? Hey there. You looking for a new stereo system?
I don't really get much time to listen to music.
How about movies? You like movies? Or maybe you got other interests?
What do you mean by other interests?
Well, I figure a man like you, he might need a little energy boost from time to time.
You're not talking about protein bars, are you?
Biocells, my friend. In perfect working order and completely under the radar.
Sure, I'll take one.
Well, that's it. You've cleaned me out.
What kind of movies are we talking about?
Oh, never mind. I was just making a stupid joke.
What you really mean is you don't want to tell me, since it's obvious I didn't come here for that. Calm down. I'm not a cop. I think I'll be on my way.
Feel free to come back if you change your mind.
That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history. I cannot speak for you folks, but terrifying memories of that day still haunt me. It will certainly be a while before any of us forget it. This is Eliza Cassell.
Exclusivity, anonymity, security. These are the greatest concerns of the digital age. And we at Palisade Property Bank have made addressing those concerns priority one. Information archived within the walls of Palisade Property is beyond the legal jurisdiction of any government. Assured anonymity. Palisade Bank Corporation is now and forever will be the best secure.
What is this? Lots of reports of suspicious activity. Understood.
You are going to die when you see my new car. 2029 Fox Outlaw.
Holy shit, how can you afford that?
Bought it at the week. Belongs to all the
Už jsi byl za kapitánkou?
Well, paper?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. Everything okay?
Some dust in my eyes.
I hope it clears
I got
up.
the right to refuse service to anyone. I do not do business with clanks.
Well, hello.
Nechceš příští měsíc skládat seržantský zkoušky? Je tam něco podezřelýho?
Give it a rest, huh?
Jsi na nejlepší cestě, aby...
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Já vám nerozumím.
I don't want any trouble. I have to help this customer.
This
If
kind
you
of
have
thing
other
is
things
always
to do,
happening
maybe
to
you
me.
could come back later?
Alex, this whisper chip you gave me, it's an easy plant?
You're heading into TF-29? Already?
Our enemies aren't waiting around while we lick our wounds.
Fair enough. There'll be a data port on the NSN's motherboard. Access it and then just plug and play. Or plug and record in this case.
Got it. I'll let you know when it's done.
Agent Adam Jensen.
How does that help us find who did it?
It doesn't, but it might lead to another clue that will.
And in the meantime, let's keep digging. See what we can find.
These guys who crashed in Dubai, we still have no idea who they were?
Nah, we're looking into it. We're right. If it weren't for Jensen.
So the task force has a shrine. Yep. Next thing you know, after having mission, we'll have to talk to some bookworm with no experience in the field about our planet. God, won't Director Miller think? He didn't come from him. He came from higher up. Mandalay. These are the chances he knew he was taking. I feel terrible for his wife. Do the Jinn still believe what Saint told them or don't they? We need to know. These are the chances he knew he was taking. Things got pretty hairy in Dubai. Do the Jinn still believe what Sim told them or don't? We need to know.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
I feel terrible for his wife.
Patience is the first thing to learn.
These are the chances he
Run
knew.
DNA checks through all the outfits.
Nothing. They've been everywhere for the past week.
I've been trying to ID the bodies of the people who crashed the operation in Dubai.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard sister airlines flight
This is so weird.
451 were killed. When an augmented passenger broke into the flight's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks.
Patience is
I've been scrubbing through budgets for hours.
close my eyes, but all I see is street.
Composition could tell us if the relies on trigger that
I'll nail it.
You'd think one of them would pop up at some risks.
Adam, you're here. You made it in. It's good to see you're okay.
Hey, Aria, yeah. It was a close call. I got lucky. A lot of people didn't.
I was here working when the first reports came in. It was chaos. Phones ringing off the hook, people yelling, scrambling to find out what was going on. Then when Miller told me you were there,
I'm all right.
Good. You looking for him? Because he's tied up right now and meeting with Lyon, I think.
Really? He's using the NSN right now?
Yeah, I just saw him. Oh, hey, that reminds me, here's yours.
What's this?
The card for the shooting range. Chang changed all the codes this morning, said something about only giving access to people he's vetted personally. The bombing really freaked him out. Third one in 6 months, can you believe it? I'm really glad you're okay.
Thanks, Aria. I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Yeah, I better get back downstairs. It's gonna be a busy day. Come by later if you want to talk.
Copy that.
Patience.
Did you go to Singh's memorial?
No, I never met the guy.
That doesn't matter. He was still one of us, and he died for a future we all believe in.
I know, but still, I would have felt like I didn't belong.
Is it or is it not a probable target?
The people studying the train station security camera footage asked my opinion about how vulnerable the surveillance systems were.
I'll nail it.
What I hear, the explosives were designed to get maximum spread.
Causing several Fortune 500 companies to go bankrupt. Between you and me, folks, the Collective is one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world. Despite whatever praises the underground media wants to sing.
The interaction would be great if we were started. I'd love to get a look at the bond site myself, but no dice, not on show. Negative. They're saying it was faulty wiring. They're positive, as opposed to conducting an actual investigation.
Is there something here or fine?
Is it or is it not a probable target?
These guys might as well be ghosts.
Last night, the Collective published the tax returns of the 50 richest people in Switzerland. It made for some very interesting reading.
Jensen, we need to talk.
Am I hearing things? Are you?
My God, Jensen, I heard about the explosion. We should relocate. I was thinking we could corner Director Miller together. Tell him it's not safe enough here.
We're fine, Chang.
The police station, the train station, we're next. I can feel it. I can more than feel it. I can see it happening.
No one knows where we are. There's no reason to get paranoid.
That's where you're wrong. They're trying to pull the lid off of us, Jensen, or someone is. LP002 just got hacked.
Our building's front company. Thought it was fake.
I wish it was fake. Miller's got me cleaning up IntelliCam footage from the attack to help figure out who these people are. Meanwhile, maybe they're trying to figure out who we are? Why else poke into an import company?
You think someone's figured out that the company's a front? Maybe they know what's really down here.
We have a lot of enemies. The people who bombed the train station. You don't think they'd love to know where we are? You need to help me figure out who's looking into us and make them stop.
I'm gonna need more information about this snoop of yours.
I don't know for sure that our cover's been blown, but if it has, we need to know before our enemies have a chance to do something about it.
What can you tell me about our front company?
LP002 was designed to be forgettable. The kind of place you walk by 100 times and still can't remember.
It obviously caught someone's attention. What happens if we're compromised?
My guess, we dismantle and disappear. Agents go into hiding, Director burrows into some hole, poof, no Christmas party.
You really think there's a risk here? Maybe someone's just poking around the fake website of a fake company.
If someone points a gun at me, I assume it's loaded. If someone hacks into the website of the company that serves as our cover, I assume they're doing it for a bad reason.
Such as?
Everything depends on who they are and what they know. But we're in the business of dealing with terrorists. If those terrorists find out where we are...
TF-29 likes its privacy.
Sure. More importantly, Chang likes being in one piece. Unlike you, I don't just brush off explosions.
You got an MO in this hacker?
At first I thought it might be the Collective.
But you're not convinced?
Not Janus's style to leave crumbs this big. But whoever it is, they risk exposing us. If the Collective ever found out where we operate... My God, Jensen.
Maybe Janus knows already.
Hey, don't say shit like that. I get nervous enough as it is. I need you to find out as much as you can about our Snoop. Make sure we're not in danger.
All right. You have any leads?
I traced our hacker Snoop to an unrented apartment. Top floor, 33 Halavni. Just down the street. This guy walks by us every single day. Probably walks in.
You're kidding.
See? You feel it now. The constant buried alive feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we were supposed to be suspicious of things that go on outside these walls.
It's never that simple.
Just get into that apartment, access the computer they used, and find out what you can. And be careful, Jensen. We don't know who we're dealing with.
I'll look into it. As soon as I know something, so will you.
For crying out loud.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
That's all the data. I have right now.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
No, that's not.
Here we go. The Church of the Machine God, and to some, the Church of the Machine, without the God. And then again, to others, the Singularity Church of the Machine God. This group has so many names and subgroups, it's hard to keep track. And believe it or not, they've been around in one form or another since the early 1970s. There are a lot of contradictory reports on who they are and what they want, but in general, they all want the same thing. They want to merge their consciousnesses and become one with the Machine God through a ritual they call Ascension.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
Patience is the first thing you learn to have. Second,
Preemptive action would be great if we knew where to start.
some list.
They don't care about jurisdictional traps.
Who am I? I'm the guy doing his fucking job. Who the fuck are you?
Patience is the first thing you learn to have. Second,
How's security over there?
oh no.
Nut up and kick the brain.
Patience is the first
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
Alex, the whisper chip is in.
Weird, it's already picking up a freak. Jesus, Adam, is Miller in there right now?
Shit, gotta go.
Jensen, I need to see you, now!
Agent Jensen reporting for duty, sir. Tried to do it earlier, but you were on a conference call.
Yeah, I was. Should I be worried about you, Jensen?
Sorry.
That blow you took to your systems. It's not messing with your head or anything, making you do things.
I'm not gonna go crazy and start attacking people, if that's what you're worried about.
You've been checked out then? The problem with your orgs is gone.
Not yet. Thought I should check in with you first, see if there was something I can do here.
I appreciate the spirit, but your top priority when we're done here is getting your system up and running. God knows, with all that's happened, I need you at 100% right now.
You sounded pissed when you called me in. Everything okay?
Don't ever leave the field, Jensen. You'll regret it. As soon as you strap a desk to your ass, you'll be swimming in goddamn politics.
The boss is giving you trouble?
What? Oh, that. No, the trouble's state police. They're pushing us out of the Ruzicka investigation. I want you over there to make sure that doesn't happen.
You're putting me on the train station attack? Not Dubai?
Forget Dubai. McCready's handling it.
With all due respect, we were blindsided in Dubai, and those mercs put up one hell of a firefight. I'd like to know who they were.
They were augmented, Jensen. Chances are this will lead right back home.
To the train station attack?
Maybe. It's possible. But we won't know for sure if we don't investigate both. Mac's a solid agent. I'm confident he'll dig up something on the gold masks. In the meantime, I want you looking into Ruzicka before the state police fuck up our crime scene.
Yes, sir. You said they're trying to push us out?
I sent Fletcher in this morning to oversee evidence collection. Seems he's being detained because he hasn't checked in since.
They can't lock us out. The Czech Republic signed our UN mandate agreement. They gave us jurisdiction over terrorist investigations.
Yeah, well, the former director of their security information services runs state police now. He's come up with a loophole, claiming this attack falls under the homegrown terror exemption.
Homegrown? He's saying it's ARC? The Augmented Rights Coalition?
I don't care what he's saying. He may even be right. I just want us in there so we can find out.
Chang said you've got him cleaning up Intellicam footage that was captured during the bombing. Maybe it can tell us something.
Maybe. But between you and me, Chang's become a little more unglued since Ruzicka. Not sure we can wait for him to get his shit together.
So where do I start?
Technically, you're supposed to speak to our psychologist before getting back into action.
I don't need a shrink.
Maybe not. But you do need to get your system sorted, so go take care of that. And let me know when it's done.
And then? How do I get to Ruzicka? The metro stop's been closed.
I'll work on getting you a ride. Just don't take too long, Jensen. We need to get ahead of this.
Copy that.
Underground websites and radio stations continue to praise the Juggernaut Collective, an elusive group of vigilante hackers for exposing big money corruption. What these journalists overlook, however, is the damage to tax. Last year, the collective shut down London's traffic grid. Causing gridlock for hours and preventing life-saving medical treatments.
Could have taken a while.